Hello, I'm Ben Wright, CEO of Community Systems and Atlas Advertising. As someone who's been in economic development for 22 years, I've had the good fortune of getting to know some of the greatest ED pros in the nation. One of the most interesting things I've learned in the last 22 years is that there are a large difference between EDOs. In Atlas Advertising's data, the difference between a high and low performer can be 1,000 times for the same budget. My topic today is margin of greatness, the thing that separates the truly great economic development pros from the rest. In pro baseball, the difference between a batting title and being just another player can be as little as one hit in 20 at-bats. What if baseball did not have a batting average? Could fans truly appreciate a great performance, and would they care? In economic development, if you believe Google Trends data, economic development is trending toward irrelevance. The great motivational speaker Tony Robbins gives us a way forward. What if we spoke in terms of the things we can influence and the things we can control? What if we made each of those clear to our stakeholders? When he starts with clients, he says, "My whole story is to get people out of their story." If your story is that life's a bitch and then you die, that's how your story shows up. So my question is inspired by the movie The Natural. Are we going to waste our opportunity by letting others define our story? Redford's character was shot as a younger man. Or are we going to take our shot at greatness, like playing in the big leagues, as Redford's character did when he was older? Let's explore how others have developed their margin of greatness. Babe Ruth was raised in a Baltimore bar to a bar owner father who died in a street fight. He was a baseball prodigy who actually entered the league as a pitcher. What was Babe Ruth's margin of greatness? Hitting home runs that were just a little bit longer than anyone else. His home run record lasted nearly 60 years. Howard Schultz was born in Brooklyn, New York, the son of a truck driver, and grew up in Canarsie, Brooklyn, in housing provided by the New York Housing Authority. When Howard was a coffee salesman, he went to Italy and saw espresso stands on every street corner, and he set out to change coffee forever. What is his margin of greatness? A cup of coffee that was just a little bit better, a little bit more consistent than anyone else's. Nelson Mandela was born into an educated family and earned his law degree. After a series of run-ins with the South African government, he was imprisoned for 27 years. He rose to lead one of the greatest revolutions in modern history and change the course of a country. What is his margin of greatness? Being more dedicated to his ideals and more patient in his pursuit than anyone else. Eric Weinmeier lost his sight as a child. In this picture, even when winning a high school wrestling title, he's blind. Eric grew up and climbed Mount Everest, blind. He convinced people to team with him and created systems to manage his disability. His margin of greatness? Getting so good that he could overcome the impact blindness on his ability to climb the world's biggest, most dangerous mountains. What do these stories have in common? One, clearly defined outcomes: mountains, home runs, better coffee, freedom. Two, refusal to accept the assumptions of their current stories. Three, working so hard that they became just a little bit better than anyone else. What if economic development was not happening to your community, but happening for your community? And what if you took responsibility to be the catalyst to make this happen? At Community Systems, our margin of greatness is to be just a little bit better at introducing companies to communities than anyone else. Over the next 10 years, that will total over 100,000 companies. So what will your margin of greatness be? Recruiting one more company, getting the budget to add one more staff member, increasing personal income, or in Nelson Mandela's case, changing the trajectory of your community? Thank you.